Hey everyone, welcome to Conversations with Yoder's Farm number 5. Here today with Lowell, like normal. And today we are in the greenhouse storeroom, which is actually open right now. We're selling tomatoes and some baked stuff and jams and jellies. And the hours for that can be found at our website, yodersfarm.com. So what were a couple things that y'all did this week?
Well, it's going to be really cold this weekend, as everyone knows. We'd all like to go to Florida, but we can't. So we recovered most of the strawberries, and we're working on some equipment upgrades.
It's a good time of year to do stuff like that.
Yeah, some of the things slow down a little bit, so it gives us time to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, it was welding up some pipe. We had some pipe that was leaking around a fitting kind of thing.
It's irrigation pipe?
Irrigation pipe that brings water up the hill to the strawberry patch, the pumpkins. So we took it up about 600 feet, loaded onto a trailer, took it to a place in Farmville.
Okay.
And they welded it up for us, did that, took it down Monday, picked it up today. It's one of the things we did this week, along with greenhouse work, regular heifer work. Might have a little video of
something
things that happened on the farm this week. So. So we just turned these calves outside, so they're enjoying the outdoors. Hopefully sunny days, warmer temperatures are ahead.
Yep.
And then that will help us.
It's looking like single digits tomorrow night.
Yeah,
possibly.
I'm seeing like 10 or so.
Okay.
It's uncomfortably cold for strawberries.
Yeah.
We hope it...
Especially at this point in the season.
Yeah, because they're starting to push just a little bit and you can lose some of those first flowers.
Yeah.
And that's not really a good thing.
So potentially this cold snap could have effects for like when we would open in May. Is that true?
Potentially. If you lose your first flowers, that could be your first week of picking. But I don't know. It's just too soon to tell.
This is also why we don't announce our opening date this far in advance. It's just really hard to pinpoint things.
Yeah, the only thing I'll say with the plants being at a little more advanced stage, if we get some warm weather, we might be looking towards a little earlier opening than sometimes, but
it's just
we'll
hard
let
to
you know.
say. Yeah, it's hard to say. So, all right, so on to our topic at hand, which is another, hopefully a little warmer topic. Usually it is. So we drink a lot of... Unless you're Gary.
He likes his coffee lukewarm.
Yeah, yes he does. So we're talking about coffee a little bit. We get through quite a bit of it around here.
Quite a bit, yeah. Well, we just thought we'd do a little impromptu interview. Interview the employees, the
other... members
of Yoder's Farm.
Yeah,
the Yoder's Farm staff. See how many cups of coffee they go through each day. So how many have you had today?
I only had 3 today, 3.5. It depends whether I reheated the coffee at noon or whether I got another half a cup. I can't remember for sure. But only 3.5, and that last one was at noon, so I'm probably due one here before too long.
I would think you're feeling kind of draggy.
Not really.
Not really,
to be honest.
Okay.
But you all really are hitting it around here these days.
Well, it's so cold outside. It's really a matter of survival. You know, if you can't get your body core temperature warmed up, I mean, how can you make it?
I know.
I try to hit it pretty regularly. So today,
how many for you?
I had 2 kind of in my morning breakfast waking up period.
That's over about 4 hours.
Can be. Yeah.
No.
Then I usually do my mid-morning cup, and then an afternoon after lunch cup, and then a mid-afternoon cup. So typically 5, and then I like to kind of top it off with an evening cup after supper. But I usually go decaf on that one, or just half and half. So,
Dedicated
well,
to the coffee.
Especially in the wintertime when it's so cold outside.
I think he's single-handedly keeping the coffee industry running. But
I wish.
Yeah.
Start doing that next in our greenhouse, huh?
There you go. So how do you like your coffee?
I usually like a hint of a flavored coffee with like a Maxwell House, a Dunkin' Donuts, or lately there's been some Tim Hortons stuff floating around back at my place and up here.
Yep.
And man, that's pretty good coffee.
It's not bad.
I'll go with like a Cinnabon coffee, flavored coffee, or I've done a little bit of vanilla biscotti or something like that, a little chocolate. And I usually drink my coffee black, no sugar, and no cream.
Whatever works for you, I guess.
Quick and easy.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, my favorite way to make it is something that I haven't done but for about a month and a half. I discovered pour-over coffee, and that's a pretty good way to make a cup of coffee. I generally put some half and half in it once it's done pouring over, percolating.
Whatever.
But if there's none around, or if I'm just in an exceptionally weird mood, I'll also drink it black. Actually, that's not really true. Drinking it black is fine too. That's
what brand of coffee do you like?
I kind of am into this
dissing
weird
our Maxwell
stuff.
House today.
Yeah, I don't know what the latest
Bitter?
batch has been really weird. I got a couple bags from Food Line that I actually liked. I think it's called Midnight Velvet, which is disturbingly named, but it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we should mention that today is your birthday.
It's okay. You don't
Happy
have to.
birthday. You want me to sing for you?
No.
Happy
None of
birthday
us want you to sing.
to you.
I think you just made the bloopers.
But it is your birthday for real today.
It is, yep.
So, happy birthday.
Well, thanks. Yours was last month before we started, so we just have to get that in
And
there.
Valentine's Day is Sunday, so big Valentine's Day planned for you?
Not for me.
Not for you?
I hope you have something planned for you and your wife.
Yeah, me too.
Should be a great weekend.
Speaking of which, we should just wrap this up and then I can go home.
There you go. Yep. So we're going to run out and talk to Gary and Dad a little bit about their coffee drinking habits, and then we'll be right back to finish things up here.
No, we're just doing a survey about coffee drinking on our farm. Do you know how many cups that you've had today? How many cups you've had today?
Not sure. I guess around 3 or 4.
We'll go through them. How many did you have this morning?
At least 2. I think it's been 3.
Only 3?
3 or 4.
4? And you'll have more yet tonight?
No.
You're done for today?
I think that's plenty.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for your time. Carry on. What are you doing out here? Feeding?
Yeah.
It's almost quitting time. Okay. You're kind of camera shy, aren't you?
I don't like cameras.
Me either.
So I finally chased Dad down, and we're going to ask him a little bit about what we're talking about today. Basically what we actually wanted you to talk about. How many cups of coffee do you have today?
Speaking of cups of coffee today, I'd have to think about that a little bit too. I just hadn't really spent a whole lot of time thinking about exactly the number of cups of coffee I had today. I do know that interspersed among the coffee cups, I did have a cup of tea. Hopefully that counts for something, showing self-discipline. I am drinking my tea these days with honey instead of sugar in it, xylitol once in a while, but honey's pretty good in tea. Have you tried those English breakfast teas? I really like the Lady Grey tea. It's a good one. I got introduced to several years ago by a friend of mine who's slightly eccentric, but a great friend. And
Actually,
I
what
just
we're talking about is the importance of coffee, how we do things.
Well, first thing in the morning, you really need to start in with a cup of
So
coffee.
basically, we just want to know how many cups of coffee.
I think 2.
That's not true.
But I probably will have at least 1 or 2 more before the day's over to finish up things right, especially because it's tax season.
Yep. And that brings us to the end of Conversations with Yoder's Farm number 5. Thank you all for watching. And you can head over to yodersfarm.com to find out any information about us that you should ever need to know. I guess we'll see you again next week. Bye-bye. And without it, we would get a lot less done than we get done. That brings us to the end of episode number 5 of Conversations with
I think
Yoder's
it's awkward
Farm.
when you kind of do that.
Well, it's going to be really exciting when we
15.
get to 6 and 15. I have to get my
Episode
toes
number
involved.
34. 3, 2.
Alright, I'll read it. This notice I put my hand in my pocket.
Dude, I don't know. So how much did you get done today?
I got a lot done.
Hey, it's your birthday. We should bring that up.
Nah, I don't
Happy
think-
birthday.
It's a good thing I edit this.
You can't edit this out of the video.
I can edit
Yeah.
anything out.
It's a big 2-8 for you. Yay.
These tomatoes are incredible.
Aren't they?
It's one of the few things that I've grown to enjoy over the years that I used to not like at all.
Yes, it shows you're grown up. Making it very special for my wife. I hope she doesn't watch this. No, she can watch it.